Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, I am going to share with you the facts from the file relative to my incident which led me to being charged by the Kenton County Attorney and the Kenton County Police for menacing, trespass, and harassing communications. And one of the things that I have told all of you over and over again, I live my life, folks. There is nothing about my life that is going to cause you to leave me in shame. And thank you for your trust. I didn't lose any supporters over this. What they do is they try to use it to keep me from gaining supporters. So I'm going to do this video, and I'm going to tell you what the case is all about. Now, I want you to know I have been dealing with the medias, the bar associations, the legal community, and my enemies' vilification attempt to vilify me for 12 years and counting. And I have stood up to it. And it ought to cause you to embrace me as a candidate if I am willing to stand up to that and beat it and defend myself. I have written a letter to Stacy Tapke and Drew Harris, the Assistant County Attorney, and Officer Daniel Prater this morning, and I have sent it out. Yesterday, I sent out a letter to my brother Jeremy's law partners asking for the same thing. I am going to read the letter that I have sent, which contains the facts of this case. The local media ran with this story and headlines, state media, Cincinnati media, without even calling me for my position, except one, Austin Horn, the Lexington Herald Leader. Thank you, Austin. They haven't written one story about it since. This letter has been emailed to all the people in the media. It's been emailed to all of my supporters, everybody on my email list. It's incredible. I am a victim. A victim. Here we go. Upon review of this matter, I am demanding the immediately dropping of all charges. If not, after I'm acquitted, I will be filing the appropriate federal 1983 claims. Remember, I've asked for a bench trial February 6, 2023. It'll be in front of Judge Doug Grotehouse. Federal 1983 is when you sue a police officer for misconduct. The conduct of the officer in this matter is shocking. Jeremy's lies, that's my brother, are expected. The officer's conduct is not. I also want to share something else with you that I did on December 5th. I have communicated, I'm not going to tell you what it was, but I've communicated to my parents and made peace. They're my parents. They'll always be my parents. And despite all the things that happened, I've given them peace. I've apologized for what I've done, forgiven them what they've done. I did the right thing. It was in my heart to do it. They're 93 years old. So I made peace with them. I've tried to make peace with Jeremy, but it's very difficult. So let's go over the facts of this case. Number one, security cam footage happens to disappear, remember? There was security cam footage that was going to prove that I was chasing him. It miraculously has disappeared. They didn't produce it. We followed up with an email, and Mr. Harris says, oh, I'm sorry, but it didn't record anything. Number two, not one word my wife told them is in a criminal complaint. Why? An attempt to try to embarrass me, fail, with just all the irrelevant comments, all of which I own and stand by, none of which would prove a crime. They had body cams on. I knew they had body cams on. My wife told them about Jonah chasing after her, acting like he was going to hit her at the skyline while she's walking, flipping us off, harassing her. You know what they said to her? He said, she said. Wouldn't take her complaint, and they left everything she said, Officer Prater did, out of that criminal complaint. Folks, I got the transcript. It's all right there. My wife telling them what he's been doing left out of the criminal complaint. Why? Because it shows the full picture. This was not about my nephew flipping me off. Although he's flipping me off in my mailbox in my driveway. It's about what he had been doing for a year. Continue. Joe Cobb told them 6 feet after further thought. Prater put 2 feet in the complaint. Joe Cobb's the tenant at the farm. Guess what? They put in the criminal complaint, I was 2 feet behind him. You ready for this? Joe Cobb, on the cam, told the cop, more I think about it, 6 feet. What do they put in the criminal complaint? 2 feet. I never threatened Jonah, struck him, or his truck, or anything like it. Jonah's own words acquit me. By the way, Jonah's words on these police cam, you will see he wasn't worried about anything. He says I was following him. Jonah doesn't use the word chase. And Jonah says, when I wouldn't stop, he just went home. Jeremy is lying about me not being on the property. Folks, you got to remember this. Sugar Ridge Farm is part of my father's farm, and I live on 8 acres at the north end of the farm. My wife and I blacktop the common driveway where it forks to my house in Sugar Ridge. We paid for that. Okay? We share a driveway. My dad has never told me I wasn't allowed to be on the farm, ever. It is not in the lawsuit settlement. Remember the big lawsuit settlement? It wasn't in there, Eric can't be on the farm. Remember Jeremy got an EPO against me, which I didn't fight? It's not in there that I can't be on the farm. He told those officers, I told him, his saying he told me in person will be proven as a lie as I show letters he sent me. He always sent letters. We have never had an in-person conversation or phone call in years. By the way, that's his fault, because I tried. So Jeremy lies to these police officers. It gets even better. Jonah says to the police officers, we weren't going that fast. I was just following him. Jeremy pushed all the BS. Jeremy made the 911 call, not Jonah. The 911 caller is perplexed because they talked to Jeremy, who acts like this is really bad, and they called Jonah, and Jonah goes, he stopped following me and went home. Julie, my sister-in-law, that's the harassing communication. I texted her that it's not cool that her son flips me off and then doesn't stop. I also left her a message that I'm not playing around, that I'm sick of this, okay? I didn't make any threats. There was another. Guess what? Despite the lawsuit against Jeremy in 2020, despite the EPO against me, my sister-in-law not only has never blocked my phone number, nobody has ever told me not to communicate to her. Folks, I've filed harassing communication reports. You know what the police always tell you? We have to tell them first to stop communicating to you. They filed harassing communication charges against me before they ever told me don't send her any more texts. And this is what's really bizarre and weird. She actually on her phone has a picture of me from my phone number. I think that's a little weird and creepy. It's unbelievable. They have my video following Jonah. You're going to love this. The officer admits the trespassing is weak, but they would stretch it. I demand all charges be dropped by the end of Friday at 5 p.m., or I will be suing everyone after my acquittal. See, after I'm found not guilty, I can sue Jeremy, I can sue Julie, and I can sue this police officer. I'm trying to end it. Bulldog Media will be broadcasting the live trial. By the way, I have a media company, and it's a public forum. And remember, the media covered all of this. They covered it all. So my team will have my cameras in that courtroom to broadcast this trial, gavel to gavel, and you are going to witness the talents of me and the truth and my vindication. Who wanted to harm my governor's campaign? Who wanted to harm my governor's campaign? That officer. By the way, I'm pro-cop. I don't let one officer affect. I'm pro-police. My brother. and all the state media. They wanted to harm my governor's campaign. Once I'm acquitted, I can sue these people. Malicious prosecution, abuse of process, 1983 claim. And I will cover it live. The media falsely disparaged me. I will publicly show the truth. So, folks, for all of you that when all this crap always happens says, hey, let's wait to see what the Bulldog says. Thank you. Shame. Shame on all of them. Shame on the media. I'm a good person. I'm a passionate person. I'll fight for you, just like I fight for myself. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.